My senior partner demanded $600,000 for his son's failures, so I canceled my guarantees and my lawyer legally dismantled their lives.
He didn't knock. He just appeared in my office doorway, filling it the way he always did, like he owned whatever room he entered. Damien, senior partner, my father's oldest friend. There's a situation, he said, dropping into the chair across from me without being invited. Marcus's fund, $600,000. The firm needs it backstopped by end of week. Marcus, his son, who I'd watched blow through 3 ventures in 4 years while Damien introduced him at every client dinner as the future. I could hear Marcus on Damien's speakerphone before he even put it on, just breathing, waiting. You have liquidity, Damien said flatly, and you owe this firm. Heat climbed my neck. My vision blurred at the edges. I'll have something sorted by Friday, I said. They both exhaled. Marcus said he'd follow up tomorrow. The call dropped and my office felt like a room after all the oxygen leaves. I sat very still and started counting what I actually knew. The client portfolio I'd rebuilt from scratch after the 2019 restructure, under Damien's name on the letterhead. The vendor contract I negotiated that saved the firm $340,000, celebrated at a dinner I wasn't invited to. The $50,000 I'd wired 18 months ago because Damien said Marcus's fund window closed Thursday. The fund that had somehow accumulated $600,000 in losses while Marcus posted yacht photos to an account I wasn't meant to know existed. I'd been a financing mechanism dressed in a title. That's when it stopped being complicated. I called my attorney at 9:15 p.m. She picked up like she'd been waiting. You're done, she said. It wasn't a question. Clean by Thursday, I told her. By midnight, my personal guarantee on Marcus's fund formally withdrawn. My discretionary account separated. A certified letter of record filed with the firm's compliance office. Quiet, procedural, permanent. Then I built something for them to find. A sealed folder on Damien's desk. Every wire transfer, printed and dated. Every contract with my signature buried in the fine print. A legal memo confirming the guarantee withdrawal. And a cashier's check for $8,000. Not enough to matter. Just enough to show I'd considered it and chosen differently. A note clipped to the top. Asterisk, this is what the account looked like. It's closed now. Asterisk. I submitted my resignation effective immediately and flew to Vancouver that evening. One bag. My grandmother's watch from my desk drawer. I watched the security feed from a hotel room 2 time zones west. Damien arrived at 10 a.m., dressed like he had somewhere important after. Marcus stood behind him, arms crossed, already performing grievance. Damien opened the folder on his desk and went still. He turned pages slowly, the way people do when they're hoping the next one says something different. It didn't. He found the check last, stared at it, set it carefully back inside. That image, him placing it back like it had insulted him, told me everything about why I'd stayed as long as I did. The messages arrived like a fist. Damien first, cold and lawyered up. Asterisk, you guaranteed that fund. Withdrawal is fraudulent. We will act. Asterisk. Marcus next, escalating. Then Marcus's business partner, someone who had never once contacted me about anything good. My attorney responded cleanly. The withdrawal was procedurally valid. The liability was Marcus's. 3 weeks later, Marcus called from a number I didn't recognize. His voice was stripped flat. I had to unwind 2 positions, he said. Lost the anchor investor. I didn't fill the silence. I'm not calling for the money, he said. He stopped. My dad always talked about you like you were a resource, not a person. Something to draw from. Something loosened in my chest. Just slightly. I'm sorry, he said. It sounded like something he'd been carrying longer than this. I told him I wasn't gone permanently, but I was done being a structure. If he wanted something real between us, we'd build it on level ground. He said he understood. Damien never called. I don't need him to. Vancouver is quiet in the mornings. I consult independently now. I answer only to people who've earned it. For the first time in 11 years, I am not the solution to someone else's consequences. I'm just a person, finally, living inside her own life.